What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J and we are locked in. What is next for our boy Meech? We know he's on the road headed back to Detroit right now because they just got that call that Lamar pulled up to the house, and we need to know what exactly is he going to do next. What's the next move, and is the work going to work in these streets? Now, before we jump into this and break down what's next for our boy Meech, if you like BMF content, live after show discussions, trailers, breakdowns, theories, and predictions, because can't nobody do it like me, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button and follow me on Instagram right here. Now, Demetrius Flennory, aka Meech, is on his way back to Detroit. They got the call, we got 5 bricks. So it's time to open up shop, but it's also time to take care of the family because we know Lamar, he done showed up to the front door. So let's jump into it. This is what's next for Meech.
You blowing money fast on this side. I think I'm Big Meech.
Just so we know where Meech's head is, Meech has just been shot. Meech is on the block. He got to go to Cleveland because they're on their way down to the A to start fresh. Just because you're blooded doesn't make you family. Now, Terry gave us this foreshadowing earlier in the season when he said, why would you trust our cousin in Cleveland when y'all didn't get along when we were younger? And it turns out Terry was right about something. You can't trust him. He said he got robbed. He took the money, bought a car, and he was shining like new money. So Meech went to go get the car, went to go get any money. So now on the road down to the A, you already know what's on my mind. Why didn't I listen to Terry? But that's neither here or there. Meech is upset, but we need to start fresh, and that's our #1 priority. Meech was at the crossroad where he had to decide which way was he going. Was he going to get further in the game, or was he going to step away from the game? Is his brother going to come along for this? Is he going to keep his head in the game and be a member of BMF, or is he going to be focused on school? So not only does Meech have to worry about everything he has going on, it is his duty to look out for his brother while they're headed down to Atlanta to try to get some work, linking up with Earl or Ty Washington. So we see Meech start to become that big brother. I won't say fatherly role, but we see him to start look over the whole BMF. And we know that Terry is eventually going to get back into this. This comes with a lot of responsibility. That's why he's meeting up with Earl and Ty Washington. Now, when they get here, Earl doesn't have any work for him, but Earl knows that Meech is really about that life and he put in that work. So at this point, Meech needs to do anything he can so him and his brother can be stable. And now he's really taking a step to be that overseer of everything BMF. And that means taking care of my brother like my father Charles wanted me to. Now, we are going to go into detail with him and Goldie and how that's going to play out once they get back to Atlanta. Because I think they might be in Detroit for maybe 1 episode, 2 episodes before they head back down to Atlanta. When we first met Goldie, she was a neutral character until we heard her start talking to Leon, who gets drunk every Friday. And when I say neutral, we didn't know if she was going to be good or bad for Meech and Terry. Now, what we do see is this dice game, they fixed it. And she did exactly what she's supposed to do when out-of-towners come. Rule number 1, never trust somebody you never met. Rule number 2, never trust out-of-towners. Rule number 3, never trust no countryman with a damn rat tail. So Goldie was doing everything she was supposed to do to protect her club and her entity. She set the dice and Meech and Terry lost money. Also, number 4, never trust somebody that tries to put that charm on you like Meech did. So Goldie, she's played the game. She's an OG. She knows the ins and outs. She knows when people are potentially trying to hustle her. So I can't knock her for anything that she did in this situation because these were out-of-towners and we don't know who they are. They could be plants. They could be the ones coming in trying to set me up. So Goldie, 100% grade A on what she did. That's one thing about Meech. He's going to take a bad situation and flip it. She started off as a neutral character. Then she became their enemy by setting them up. And guess what happened? Meech and Terry earned Goldie's respect. So now moving forward, this is going to be a partnership that we're definitely going to need. Because on top of that, they got the money to give to Ty. They got the recipe to turn 1 brick into 2. So right now the enterprise is growing right in front of us. So definitely whenever they come down to Atlanta, the first person that Meech is ever going to get in touch with is probably always going to be Goldie. Of course, you got Ty and getting some work from him, but Goldie is going to be the key figure for him to set up work and start to expand down into Atlanta. What I will say is Meech isn't going to give this recipe to anybody. You see how he's watching Terry? Terry, learn how to cook it up, because we're going to need that recipe up in Detroit. Now, I'm pretty sure this is going to just be in-house. Terry's probably going to be in charge of whipping up the work while they're in Detroit trying to get their feet up under them. And this is going to be a good thing. Now, when they get to Atlanta, you already know they're going to be paying off Ty and them to keep this recipe going. And this expansion is going to be very, very big once they actually open up shop down in Atlanta. The only thing is, like I said, I think they're going to be in Detroit episode 6. So they're going to have to fight with Lamar while trying to flood the streets with this new work. Meech finally has Terry fully committed to the game. So this is going to be good right here. This is the power move that we've been waiting to see. Now I'm going to do a video on Terry because he has other issues to worry about when he gets back home. And one of those issues will be Markeisha. But let's not act like Meech doesn't have his own problems, because Lamar is popping up on Mo and Mo is defending him. So this is going to make it tougher for him in these streets, especially with this new work hitting the ground. And Detective Bryant, you know, his sole mission is to get Meech out of here too. But I think that they can avoid him just enough to start actually making some money. With that being said, the thing we need to remember about Meech is if there's a will, there's a way. And he's going to find his way through all of this. If that means going one-on-one with Lamar, Batman versus Joker, we know Batman always wins. Meech had that correct. And he is the Batman of Detroit right now because he's been shot. He's back on his feet. He's back with the work, and no one's going to stop him. That just means, Detective Bryant, you're just another speed bump that we're going to go ahead and cross, and we'll see you on the other end. Meech, it's looking bright for you in the rest of this season. So if there's any doubt in your mind about Meech and his progression to become the biggest dope dealer Detroit has ever seen, then you need to go ahead and erase that out your memory bank, because Meech, we're on a mission. Right now, BMF is on the scene and we're taking things over one step at a time. We turning one brick into two. All right, there you go. What's next for Meech? Let me know what you think. Is he going to be able to put the work in the street and have the work for him? And what I mean by that is taking one brick and turning it into two. Or is Lamar going to be in the way as another roadblock to disrupt the distribution of these new bricks that we got from the A and we brought back to the D? Let me know what you think. It looks like it's going to be a lot of pressure on Meech coming up to episode 6. I'm Mo.J. If you like BMF content, hit that like button. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new. Thanks for watching. I'm out.